Hello, beautiful beings. Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer here, and we're back for another moon reading. We have a new moon in Scorpio happening, but this one's a little extra potent because it's going to be happening at the same time as a partial solar eclipse. So anytime we have an eclipse, the moon energy is magnified times a million. So this is going to be incredibly powerful, and we are also wrapping up the year. So the energies really are ramping up this time of year as we come into the wrapping up the year that we know it on Earth. I know time is linear here, but around this time of year is when we start to see a lot of the energies coming in from the cosmos, from the astronomics, that really have a significant impact here on Earth. And so with this new moon in Scorpio happening in the eclipse, I wanted to dive in a little bit more on this. So I was looking into, like, what do we really need to know about the effects of this moon, and how can we really what do we need to know so that we can best tap into this energy, so that way when the new year kicks off, we are just ready to hit the ground running, after having just really absorbed all of this energy that's coming in to support us right now. So Victor Odo is someone that I follow on YouTube. He does these really great videos on, what do you need to know about, he does ones on many different events, but he does them on the moon as well. And so what Victor was saying about the significance about this moon, is it's helping to reveal how far we've come in our journey. It's going to help to release some of the pressure, of the transformation that we've been going through. Like I said, it's the years is wrapping up here on Earth. And so, we're really starting to feel that pressure. It's almost like, I know myself and a lot of people I've talked to, it's like we're having this like slow pressure effect. Like we know we're being incubated. We know that we're being cooked and prepped for something extra juicy, but there's just something about this pressure that we're under where we feel like it's just too much and we just want to blow the cap off of everything. There's a lot of this energy where we're all feeling like it's too much. I just posted a reading in the Crow's Nest community. You can join the group to see that reading, but I was talking about the same sort of message. So yes, moving on. So this is also about closing out a hermit phase as well. So, we've gone through that transition and we really took a lot of time to go within. That's what this season is really all about. Stepping into that darker season so that we can do a lot of the inward reflection, a lot of the healing, a lot of the detox from the just from the journey, and going back to what I was saying a minute ago too about the transformation, just this like surrender. There's been a great surrender at this time. I know myself for certain I'm feeling it. Others I've been talking to are feeling it. So about that pressure that needs to be released, it's like where we are at in the journey right now, the pressure that we are under, it's making us feel like we all just kind of want to say, I'm done with this. But just now is an important time to just make sure that you just stay strong, just stay with it, because this energy is here to support you. So just stay strong through it. That's what we're going to get into with this reading. And then so, stay strong with it, because we are closing out that hermit phase. And after a hermit phase, once we come out of that period of inward reflection, then we're ready for action. I'm hearing gung-ho, like someone's just like, yeah, let's do it. Really excited to get moving. Also a time of ego death so that we can step into new beginnings. And so, like I was saying about this surrender that we're feeling, that we're in, we are feeling like we just want to surrender to it because this pressure feels like it's so immense. But trust that the reason that this is happening is to support your journey, and having this be a time that we are having this deep inward reflection to, like I said, to detoxify. There's still some pieces of the ego that need to be left behind. And, people use the term ego death, and I don't believe killing off the darkness. We have these energies within us. We have the light and dark for a reason. You can't have the moon without the sun, and vice versa. And so it's not about destroying the ego completely. It's about learning how to heal the ego and how to balance those energies and how to work with each other in a partnership rather than the light and the dark within you be this constant competitive battle. Between the light and the dark, you can be both. I feel like that's going into a whole other message there. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to know more about that, let me know. We can talk about it. But I wanted, as I was meditating on this reading and wanting to get an idea about like, well, what are some of the questions that we can ask to really harness this energy from this moon, and this time of just, surrendering, detaching, detoxifying, all of that. And for the last few days, I've been channeling the never ending story. I saw a video on TikTok and it sent me down this rabbit hole of making connections of the never ending story to my own personal journey here on life. It was this, like I said, like 4 hours of me just like researching this and making the connections to my own journey. And it's interesting because when I was meditating on this reading, I actually started to see the pendant from the movie that's given to Atreyu. And he's supposed to go and find a cure for the darkness or the nothing, and it's destroying Fantasia. And this pendant is supposed to protect him from everything and anything. And at some point, Atreyu actually loses the pendant that's supposed to protect him from everything. But he doesn't realize it until it comes time for him to face this creature, which is supposed to be essentially a sidekick or like an accomplice of the nothing, this plague that is swallowing Fantasia into darkness. And by the time Atreyu realizes that he's lost this pendant, which is supposed to protect him from facing this accomplice of the nothing, a part of Atreyu in that moment feels as though, what am I going to do? This was going to protect me. How am I going to beat this accomplice? But the message in this is that, Atreyu manages to beat this creature with just using his own knowledge, his own tools and resources. It's a message about how he didn't need that pendant to begin with. He didn't need that protection. And as I was meditating on that, I was seeing the grain of sand. So at the very end, when Bastian helps to rescue Fantasia by giving the childlike Empress, a new name, who he calls Moonchild. I love that, which was his mother's name anyway. I see the part of the movie where it's just this final grain of sand. That's all that's left of Fantasia. And the childlike Empress, Moonchild, gives it to Bastian. And this is the part that I'm getting to. Because for days I've been hearing one little boy really can be that important, or one little girl can be that important. And when I was meditating on this reading and I saw that grain of sand being handed into someone's hand, and I was hearing one little girl or one little boy can be that important. And the grain of sand, when it's given to Bastian so that he can reimagine a new Fantasia. Although Fantasia was crumbled down to one grain of sand, there was a way to rebuild it. And the way to rebuild Fantasia was through your hopes and your dreams. And so all of that just like really came together for me. And again, while I was getting ready for this reading, I just keep hearing one little boy or one little girl really is that important. And so I feel that this message is going to really have to do a lot with our light work, our mission here on Earth. So I got some juicy questions. We're going to dive into it. And I really want to talk about the Peacock Ore for a second too, because every reading I do, I like to put a stone on the deck to help to cleanse the stone and to feed some energy. And I wanted to learn something new about my Peacock Ore. And I actually found out that it helps to treat chemical imbalances. It helps to restore harmony within the physical body. And it also helps to regulate adrenal function. And I dove in a little bit deeper on that, and I feel that there's some strong guidance for us all to be working on healing the adrenal levels. because the adrenal functions helps, it increases the heart rate, improves lung efficiency, improves blood flow, increases blood pressure. It helps with brain alertness, raises blood sugar levels, and also increases energy. And I know that a lot of the people I've been talking to lately, this is a lot of what we've all been feeling. Fatigued, low energy. We've been feeling like brain foggy, super, super sluggish. I know myself, I'm a person who I'm always cold. Like, no, it can be any time of the year and I'm always cold. And, I know that that has a lot to do with my blood sugar levels and blood pressure. And so when I went to my shelf of stones and I'm like, which stone? Immediately it was like, I snatched that peacock ore so fast, and then I dove into peacock ore a little bit more, and I found that. So if that is resonating with you, if you are feeling some of those symptoms, you might want to look into peacock ore and also figure out a little bit way that you can be supporting your adrenal levels right now, because I've been talking a lot about detoxifying and restoring the physical body, like actually physically healing, like eating better, drinking better, proper rest. So I feel that if that was resonating with you, you might want to look into your adrenal levels, because I think there might be a correlation there for you. But anyway, enough with the intro. We're going to get into the reading now. The Hangman is on the bottom of the deck. It did want to pop off. So like I was saying, right now really is a period of, like Victor Odo was saying in his video, I'll link that for you, about now really being a time of, we've had this like hermit phase. We've been having, ego death, like really introspecting into the self. And what happens when we heal the ego, we find enlightenment. And that's exactly what's happening with this Hangman. Getting a new perspective on the situation. But I feel also tapping into, realigning into a newer, more vibrant energy. So the first question that I wanted to ask the cards was, what is being revealed in regards to how far we've come in the journey, or what needs to be revealed? Because like Victor was saying, there's revelations that are to come on how far we've come in the journey. So what is it that needs to be revealed to us in regards to how far we've come in our journey? The Moon card. Oh my God. So it's a lot of illusions. And like I said, that Hanged Man, right? Like this becoming more enlightened, like more insightful. You're breaking through the illusions. And you may not even be realizing at this time that you have been doing that work, that you have been breaking through those illusions. I'm hearing self-limiting beliefs. Like there's like a lot of, it's like negative self-talk, like not even negative self-talk, just a lot of beliefs that you've been telling yourself. I just heard that other people have said that you took as your own truth, that you tell yourself. Like I know for myself, I struggled really, really hard with procrastination, and I connected where that came from. But one of the really big things was just always telling myself it's too hard. So, if that's something that, it's something that people told me a lot in my life. You can't do that, it's too hard. You can't do that, it's too hard. People always just assume that they can decide what I was and wasn't capable of. And so I had this belief that I can't do that, it's too hard, before I even tried something. So that is what you're working on right now. There are these illusions, these perceptions. This is tying into the last reading I did. Was that the last full moon reading I did, or the Orionids meteor shower reading, about breaking through these misconceived perceptions. And these misconceived perceptions that people have been telling you, you've been taking that as your own truth, but it's an illusion. It's like this veil that you put. And what is being revealed to you now is that you have come far enough that this veil is no longer over your eyes. And it's almost like right now you're telling yourself the veil is still there, but it's not even there. So it's like a layer of misconceived belief on top of misconceived belief. Like you believe what people were telling you was the truth. Like for myself, for example, if I was always telling myself, I can't do that, it's too hard. Well, it's like what's being revealed is that I've already released that veil. So I no longer need to tell myself something's too hard. I now have it within myself to be like, well, I'm going to try it anyway. But there's still this like extra layer of the veil where it's like, the veil is off, but it's still too hard. So what is being revealed to you is that you are past that. So stop telling yourself that there's this block in front of you, because that is blocking you. Right now, it's like you are blocking yourself because you haven't acknowledged yet that this is how far you've come in your journey. And I love that that's the moon card, because we're dealing with some really heavy moon energy right now. Do you know what I see? Do you know what I see in this card? It's the Southern Oracle from the fucking Never-Ending Story. I just swore. Oh my god. The Southern Oracle and the gate. There's like a gate that he has to go through, right? And this gate, to get to the Southern Oracle, okay, Atreyu has to go through a gate that looks very similar to the Southern Oracle. And it's like these two pillars, and they're like these winged creatures. With like bird's feet or something. Anyway, and the only way to get past this gate, to get to the Southern Oracle, to find out, because the Southern Oracle has the information on what is the cure for the nothing, how do we save Fantasia? And so the only way to get through this gate, to get to the Southern Oracle who has that answer, is your intentions. So anyone who tries to get through this gate with the wrong intentions, they perish. You don't get to live to tell the tale. So I'm really seeing that here right now. So there's a message in that. I feel like someone who's watching this they're making major connections right now to their own journey. There's like, I just helped you to unlock realizations and downloads. I just heard downloads. So I'm going to have to ground myself after to help you anchor that energy in and not drain from myself as well. So that's really interesting that I seen that right there on that card. The next thing that we want to know is, what is it that the four sacred bodies are needing to release to help to release this pressure? So let me rephrase that. What is our four sacred bodies needing to release this pressure? So what can we give to ourselves, to our four sacred bodies? Mind, body, spirit, soul, all of it, that can help to release this pressure. It's a surrender stage. That really just fell off the bottom there too. Let's get another one. Okay, there it is. You need to acknowledge the ships are coming in. You worked so hard. You are so much further along in your journey than you realize. And what you've been working towards, like your ships are coming in. There's growth, there's opportunity here. And what you need to give to your body right now to help to release this pressure that you feel like you're under is just give yourself some acknowledgement. Just take a moment to sit back and look at everything. Everything, like I said in that reading I posted in the Crow's Nest community, it was like you were, taking swings, and you were, there were knocking it out of the park, and there were some strikes. And so you got to look at all of it. What did you knock out of the park? What was a strike? What hits did you miss? What hits did you not even swing at? I just heard. But also look at everything you have to show for where you are right now. It was a post I saw on Instagram, and I've seen it so many times in my life, but it really stuck with me today. And it was about just like, you don't even realize how far you've come. It was a message about if like the old you were to look at the you today, or the you today were to look at the old you, they wouldn't recognize each other. Like even myself from a year ago, or even 2 years ago, I started my first Kundalini awakening about 2 years ago. And so even just thinking about who I was prior to that, or even shortly after that compared to who I am today, just take a minute to really look at your growth. Even look at where have you come from the time that your traumas were like at the peak of their existence. Look at all the healing that you've done and who you are today. I want you to also, I'm being told you should examine your social circle. Look at the people who are around you. Compare that to the kind of energies you used to surround yourself with before. And this is going to help you to see, like, literally everything that is coming in for you, everything that you've been working so hard for, it's right there. Like, the fruit is ready to be picked. The ships are coming in. It's like you've been doing so much growth. It's like it's coming in the water. It's growing on the land. Like, there's so many opportunities that are coming in, but you just need to take time for yourself. There is a little bit of a Four of Swords energy here too. I've been getting a lot of that in my readings. Taking time to actually rest, recuperate. Like, we're talking about the 4 sacred bodies right now, right? You need to take time to heal and to rest and to recharge. And while you're doing that, take a minute to just really look at everything, how far you've come, and maybe even look at what is remaining with this moon card that you can release. How is it that, because it's almost like the veil is off, but you're still not seeing something truly clear. It's your intentions. This gateway here. Some of you need to be asking yourself what your intentions are for moving forward. Some of you actually need to check in with yourself right now. Oh, what is your intentions in regards to what it is that you're working for? Because if your intentions are not pure, you're not getting through that gate. You're not making it to the Southern Oracle. And the Southern Oracle has the answers that you need. And if you want to know a little bit more about the Southern Oracle, I'm not going to give it away. It's a little bit of like a mind bender. You got to watch the movie. But it has like a significant representation in regards to your journey today about who the Southern Oracle is in your life right now. I'm also hearing there's just something about the richness. It's about acknowledging the quality of what you have. That's very specific for someone. I'm going to leave it there. We want to move into next with what aspects of yourself that were lost did you not realize and you didn't need it to move like a warrior beyond the barriers of your past, because there was limitations, there were barriers. And like I was saying, Atreyu lost that pendant that he felt was protecting him from everything to get through all of the challenges that he would have to face to get to the Southern Oracle, right? And so for yourself too, what did you lose? So Atreyu lost that pendant. He felt that that was protecting him, but really he had it in him the whole time. His heart, his intentions were pure enough to get him through that gate. He didn't need that pendant to begin with. So what did you lose? Atreyu lost that pendant of protection. It has a name. I forget what it's called, but what did you lose? Already I'm seeing some conflict. You lost competitiveness. You dropped competing with others and where they are in your journey. You are seeing yourself for where you are in your journey. Like, so some of you actually are seeing how far you've come, but there's still some things that are yet to be revealed about this. The Nine of Cups, like I'm saying, there's like some heavy richness here. Like literally maybe you're gonna be rich, or there's just something rich about the quality of everything that's coming in for you. For some of you, this is also a message about how you released seeing the support of others. How do I say that? It's like in the past, you almost felt like too much energy around you, too many influences around you were negatively affecting where you were able to go. But now you're no longer seeing the energies around you as competition or conflict. People maybe are not seeing things the way that you see them. And to you, that's creating an energy where it feels like it's very conflicting, because like you have different beliefs than the people around you. And that's because you're at a different point in your journey than other people are. Whoever I'm talking to, you're very awakened, and not a lot of the people around you are where you are. So this energy around you feels like it creates a lot of conflict, a lot of tension, a lot of pressure for you. It's like you've completely transmuted that energy of, not only did you lose that feeling of how it was conflict, it's like you even still feel like this energy creates conflict for you, is conflicting energy, but it's like you've transcended it. Instead of like you actually use it to your benefit now. It's like I see you use that as a stepping post in a way, not that you're stepping on the people around you, not that you belittle or put yourself above anyone, but I'm hearing it's how you spread your message. This conflict around you, you've stopped seeing it as conflict, and now you actually see it as fuel for the fire, right? You're pushing beyond the barriers of the past, and right now we are in this very fiery inner warrior mode. And so you're now able to use this as fuel for your fire, to feed your passion, to feed your mission, to support your growth, to support your manifestations, your abundance, everything that you're working towards. It's right here. And this is very earthly and like emotional energy. Like this is gonna make you feel very fulfilled emotionally, but it's also very grounded, very anchored in. Anchor. The word anchor is standing out to me right now. Maybe that means something for someone watching. There is these ships coming in here, but these are ships that are moving. They're coming